Hello friends, welcome back to another Chaos Zero Nightmare early access, whatever you want to call it, playtest video. Today's I'm going to walk you through the dailies, the things that you'll do just kind of on the regular. That's a very, important and common thing that you do in these sorts of games. Does it take a lot of time? Is it a waste? Like and subscribe, and let's just dive right in. So as I come in, you're going to see I've almost filled my stamina here. I wish it would fill a little bit faster, but it is what it is, and it keeps turning my screen off there. And you're going to see that I have my full daily list. This is pretty straightforward and easy, so thankfully not that big of a deal. So you get the typical, I logged in, I'm going to get a couple points here. I need to go on excursions a couple times. I have to do policies and basically order some stuff and kill some stuff. So pretty basic. I like to start by going to Arc City, and this will unintentionally be a mini look at Arc City. And so whatever, we'll just skip past dialogue. And so the first thing I really do is I pop into the Garden Cafe, and you got two options here. So when I go to order, I can either get a pack over here, and this is going to let me store 60 energy in this little brown thing up there. And you know what, let me turn my face off so I don't block anything this time. Or I can instantly restore 80. So the smart thing to do would be run some of your missions and then come back and do this, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So we'll back out. Actually, before we back out, please pet the cat. Say hi to the cat. You can say hi to them all, whatever. Let's back out, and then I'm going to come over and I'm going to get to the diner. And here I can order a meal, and this is going to grant me some buffs for a couple of missions, basically. And so I'm just going to pick one that maybe helps me later. Actually, this is the last one I picked. And so let's go with defense and crit damage. Why not? It's actually probably not a good one for this stage of the game, but look at this juicy Salisbury steak. I don't even know what I was eating. So I got to click this really quick. And unfortunately, so quick I went through the buff, but I've got that active for a couple of missions now. Next, I can pop into policy office, and you're going to see now I've got 3 policies, and this is how I work on this thing I blocked accidentally the last time. And this is how I can work through these different numbers to get my rating higher. So right now I'm really hurting in happiness. So thankfully this isn't too bad. I can either, go up by 6 and I lose 2 economic activity, and I get a 1-day reduction, or I can do the 6 and get 1 admin index. So I'm going to go for the double upgrade there. That way I've got, all bonus points and not something bad. Same thing here. I can do 2 and get 1, or I can go 4 and lose 1. So overall, I'm getting 3 points either way, but my happiness is trailing. And so I think I'm just going to go for this one over here. And finally, this one is a 3 on admin, which I've got, it's one of my highest, or 4 on admin, but I lose public order index. So I think I'll just, again, go for the full set over there. And while I did this, I ended up, leveling up this affinity for this character over here, which is a nice little added benefit. So over time, you're going to get these rates to go up, and that's going to raise your grade. So I just moved up to a B grade. I was a grade C before. So not too bad. But again, it takes, what was that, all of 30 seconds to get through it. Otherwise, in here, what you want to do is kind of come over to your no-no shop, and this is where you're going to spend that currency I was just getting. Also have to really sit down and evaluate what I think is the best to get from the shop on a regular basis. Probably not things like these, but I think when you look at this, you can get more reports, which is going to help you with those grades faster. Or you can come up here and get like your research notes. You can see I've been getting these. So right now I've been kind of focused on buying these out. And what these are used for is I can now come in the research facility, and you're going to see here, now I've got a maximum of 8 policies. So originally I had a maximum of 3, and I've reduced the cooldown by a pretty substantial amount. So it's good to fill out this tree. And, I've got 13 of these left, so I can actually finish this whole thing out. Increase special grade occurrence by 10%, gain 1 additional affinity on an excursion with agents. They need to fix this. So I'm going to start leveling this up. And, just kind of keep going through these. And you can see up top, it's filling up that bar. So I don't have to do this last one, and I can come down here. And, either way, it's just additional affinity. So whatever, I'll just fill that in. And then we'll come down, and now it's starting to take more of these. So this is where it's going to start taking longer and longer, is 1 point is no longer just one of these little book looking things, but I'm increasing my research facility and its abilities by going through this tree. So I think it's valuable probably to come through and clear this out as quickly as you can. The next thing I can do while I'm in here is for like your kind of daily stuff, you get 3 of these abilities to increase through conversations. I'm working on this character right now, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of them here. And again, we'll just kind of skip through. But the thing to note is these conversation cards, whatever this currency is also shared for when you have to take someone out of trauma. So I'm going to hold my other two for the moment. And what I would like to do is go through my missions, go through my playthrough. And when I'm done with it, if I have some of those left, then I'll come back new conversations. But what I don't want to do is have a need for one, and now I can't do psychotherapy, because you can see it takes the same thing. And I would rather at least hold one during my play session, because those conversations took all of like 4 seconds. So I'm not too concerned there. So I've done all that, you know, I've done basically my town stuff, and that's about all the town is. And now I can go on one more excursion. So actually I need to do one more. So I take that back. So we'll go find ourselves one more character to talk to, and hopefully it's one that I'm using. Let's see. I like using her. So let's spend some time with her. So we'll use 2 and we'll save 1 for potential trauma. And again, I don't necessarily care what they're saying during the beta. That is stuff I'll worry about on launch. But I'm also getting, you know, those little camera rolls and things. So there's good reasons to do all this. All right, now we can come back in here. You'll see I cleared out that daily. So we're doing pretty good. We'll order at the cafe the coffee here in a little bit. And now we want to use our Aether. So then what I like to do is I pop over to my combatants and I just kind of take a look at what do I want to level for them. So I happen to know that I like to use this character. And from a promotion standpoint, you know, I can come over here and grab like stuff like this. So this is a good place for me to go run a few battles and try to get, you know, I guess try to use my stamina up. And we'll need to switch some people around here. So we'll assign him, we'll put her in the front. Wish they would just let you drag them. And we'll go through here. So I can run this twice, basically, and get through my 120. So this would be a good time. You can just watch a little bit of the battle unfold here. I'll turn my facing off again so you can see the full battle screen. And this is actually a really fun team. I'm loving this, I just forgot his name, but this skull looking dude, he is really good at manipulating by adding cards into your deck. And so, you know, a couple good ways to manage deck building games is being able to pull cards you want or store cards you want, being at low cost, so you're not, you know, just, you know, launching one card and done, or refilling your energy. So him, and there's another girl, I think her name's Mika, that, you know, allow you to kind of manipulate that quite a bit. So he can get a card that lets you draw more, and then she has cards that refill your energy. And so the two of them together are actually really fun to play. And that might be what I take through my next Chaos run, which I'll film and show you guys later. So yeah, so, I mean, as far as how long this takes, these battles can take a couple minutes. Right now I'm running 3 of them, and so it's back to back running the 3 sessions, if you will. And that's kind of handy because then I don't have to like go and reset the battle. But I do still, you know, have to sit here and watch it. There's not like something in sort of Convalaria where you can use a ticket to just skip the whole battle itself because you have the energy for it. I don't know if that's something I just haven't found or if it's just not a feature, but it's at least something I haven't noticed. So we will have to let this play out. But hey, you're going to get yourself some nice visuals of what the battle system looks like. So there we go. We got 60 of that done. And I'll go back. So I could just go right back into it. But I'm going to go back and see if I need more for her. And so can I just go straight from here? Yes, I can. So can we promote her? No, I need 15 of these things. I'm not even close. So whatever. We'll do another round of that. And this will be my 120. And then I can go back to the cafe and get the more valuable 80. I would say take the 60 if you know that you only have time to do a couple dailies and just knock those out and then be done for the day. But if you have the extra few minutes, you might as well get the extra 20 stamina. It's a gacha game, right? So you're going to want to manage your stamina economy as best as you possibly can to get the max rewards per stamina that you can get. So I think it's worth it if you've got the extra, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, or you will later in the day, to just wait and grab that 80. Also, I really like this girl in the front. I got to learn their names. It's too new for me to know all their names. I would say Hugo in the middle here, I'm 50-50 on. There's times when he's like this, where he just does some really, really good follow-up damage. but I haven't quite figured out how to really, I guess, manipulate that the way I want just yet. Whereas she just gives me all sorts of like shields and crazy damage on one of her abilities, so she's definitely obviously in a tank spot there. But yeah, Skeleton Boy over there might be my favorite right now. That was a pretty good hit. Okay, so that was actually a really good hit. Alright, so we got that. We only got 2 more books. We're not even close to giving her another level up. It does seem like the curvature on the progression on characters falls fairly fast. Alright, so we can claim those. And, oh, I'm getting close to 20. So the cafe, let's go order that. So we'll take our 80 instead of our 60. Cute little animation. Hopefully they let you skip it later. I'm sure after 365 days of seeing that, you're going to get tired of it. Alright, and so the last thing, successfully stagger 3 monsters. This one here, I've already got the big rewards down here. And so I don't know that I even necessarily need to do this. But what's good about it is as you're just kind of generally playing, you're going to come up across that. So from a daily perspective, that's really honestly all it takes to get through the whole thing. So right now, if I look at the clock over here, it's 11 minutes in, and I wasn't exactly the fastest because I was explaining some things. So realistically, I think you could get in and out in under 10 minutes if that's all you have time for your daily routine. And I would just, from a stamina perspective, I think you really just want to prioritize your main characters that you're building out as far as which of these you want to run. And there's going to be times when, like, when I hit level 20, I'm going to want to do breakthroughs. And so I'm going to want to come in here and get my combatants leveled up and then get them all up to 30 that I'm actually using, not everyone on the roster. Then I'm probably going to want to come in and do the same for my partners because they're giving me really good benefits. And then finally, I'll start worrying about my potential. So I kind of look at it as do your breakthrough, get them leveled up, do your partners and get them leveled up, then do your potentials. That's the order. Memory fragments, I still don't know what this is. Some people are saying they think that it is a kind of stat boosting thing. So I would say that's probably like towards the end of your, you know, what you need to build on your characters. These things will seemingly be more impactful to start at least. But until we unlock this, I don't really know what to say. But that's it. Those are your dailies. You can get in and out in under 10 minutes if that's all you want to do. That's how I would prioritize my stamina as well. And like I said, last thing is on the arc. I would hold at least one of these conversation pieces until the end of your play session in case you need to resolve some trauma and you don't want to do the just making them forget. That's it, my friends. I'll have some more videos for you coming soon. And until those videos, please take care of yourselves.